Hi people, it's me, Anja. My pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new recent reads video. The last book that I read in August was called Love Requires Chocolate. This story is a YA contemporary following a young Black American main character who is studying abroad in Paris. And this book is absolutely so excellent, and it's so well done. I had really low expectations for this book because I typically don't love rom-coms, because in the past they felt so white and heteronormative, and the side characters and side stories are really underdeveloped. But honestly, this book was so good. Like chocolate, it was so magical and delectable, and the romance is adorable and so cute and so well developed and so well paced. I loved her friendships. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. I also love the history intertwined in it, because I too love learning about Josephine Baker too. She was so fascinating and so interesting. This book is so good. The setting is so atmospheric and so well done. This book is adorable and so well done, and it really amplifies my expectations for the author's next book, which I believe comes out in early 2025. I think it's called Love in 208 Characters or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, this book was so good. So with that said, I rated it 4 out of 5 stars, and I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called The Prince of Palisades. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but anyway, this story is a YA contemporary following a young Black gay prince who's starting to redefine what it means to be a leader when he falls for a new guy in America. This story is absolutely so excellent, and it's so well done. Again, I had really low expectations for this book because I don't think I've finished a book in the past by this author. I know that I've DNF'd a few books by him, but I don't think I've ever completed one, and this book was so good. First of all, the romance is so cute and it's so well done. I loved the conversations surrounding everything, his leadership and his role in politics, given that he's a prince, and the celebrity fame that comes with that, and how much power and privilege you have. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway, the characters are so well developed and so distinct. Like I said, the romance is so cute, so well paced, such good chemistry. His relationship with his sister and his family is so well done. The characters are awesome. The story itself is so good. The plot is so engaging. This story is absolutely so good, and it deserves all of its hype and so much more. So anyway, with that said, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Practical Rules for Cursed Witches. This story is a YA fantasy following a young sapphic teen witch who must complete her magical training by breaking a powerful family's curse. This story is absolutely so excellent, and it's so well done. Again, I had really low expectations for this book, which I guess is a very recurring theme for this video. But anyway, that's because the author's last book I didn't really enjoy, although I did really appreciate their debut. So with this book, I wasn't quite sure what would happen, but I really enjoyed it. First of all, the world building is so magical and it's so atmospheric, and it truly hooked me from the very beginning because it's so descriptive and it's so imaginative. Second of all, the characters are so well developed and so distinct. I love the found family so much. It's so good. The magic is excellent. The queer cast is so well done. Speaking of, the sapphic romance is so cute and it's so adorable. And I love their chemistry from the very beginning to the end. It's so cute. It's so awesome. I truly really enjoyed it so much. The characters really drive it home. This book is excellent. The magic is amazing. This book reminds me of Sweet and Bitter Magic matched with the found family of Fire Becomes Her. I don't know if that really makes any sense, but this book is excellent. I just really enjoyed it all the way through. So anyway, with that said, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called All Shouts Echo. This story is a YA contemporary following a young Black main character who is navigating her mental health and a new romance whilst on the verge of possibly repeating her sophomore year. This story is absolutely so fantastic, and it's so good. First of all, the emotions really came through, and I understood everything from the beginning. This book is so good. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. The romance is adorable, and I love it so much. I love strangers to lovers, friends to lovers. Like, the friendship group is so lovely and so awesome. I just really, really enjoyed it because it felt so wholesome, and you can tell that, like, the friendship is real, if that makes any sense. I don't know. The plot was so engaging and so intriguing. The writing is excellent. This book has inspired me to read the author's debut, because if this book is this good, I'm sure that their debut is just as good. So anyway, like I said, this book is excellent. I enjoyed the writing. I enjoyed the mental health representation. This book is so good, and I just really, really enjoyed it. So with that said, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars. And I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. The last book on this list, and certainly not the least, is called Libertad. Please correct me if I'm wrong in my pronunciation. I know that my Spanish is rusty, but anyway, the story is a YA contemporary set against the controversial presidential election in 2017 in Honduras, and it follows a young queer main character, and it's about fighting for what you love, for who you love, and speaking your truth. This story is absolutely so excellent, and it's so well done. First of all, the writing is so powerful. I really understood the emotions of the story. This book is excellent. The queerness is so good. The representation is awesome. The setting made so much sense, and I truly understood the history and the context and the culture. I think it's so important to learn about history from other countries that's happening in other countries, because it can often parallel with what's happening in your country, if that makes any sense. So anyway, this book was so good. It was so excellent. The family dynamics made so much sense. I loved them. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. I loved the main character's relationship with her parents and her siblings and her friends and everything. This book is so good. Like I said, the sapphic representation is excellent, and it's spot on, and it's so good. This book is so awesome, and it deserves all its hype and so much more. So anyway, with that said, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars. I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. So in conclusion, my reading month in September has started off very strong, and I hope that it continues to be. I understand that you're watching this in mid-September or something like that, so the VMAs have already happened. So basically, I love that I mentioned the VMAs and not the presidential debate, which kind of is more important. Or is it? What is really more important these days? The debate or the VMAs? You know what I mean? They're both pop culture. So anyway, I digress. The point is, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the pizza emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!